When you first get into Weave Video, you'll land at the dashboard, and it's here that you'll create your new project by clicking on this box with the plus sign in it. It's going to prompt you to save your project into a folder, and you should save it into a folder that's already there called My Project, and click on the blue Start Editing button. Now, once you're in Weave Video, the first thing you should do is rename your project. So I'm clicking in the upper left-hand corner where it says My Video, and I'm going to give this project a name that's a little bit more meaningful. And then click OK. So you'll see that my project has been renamed. Now, we have already downloaded some stop motion animation videos to our Chromebook. We are now going to insert them into our media library, which is going to be the second tab here. The first tab with the star shows the library of Weave Video images and videos that you can use, and they're all copyright free. So again, click on your media folder. And once we have that open, we are going to click on the upload button, which is the green button the green icon that has the arrow embedded in it. So I'm going to browse into the files, my download files on my Chromebook, and you'll see that I have a couple videos that I want to import. So I'll select them and then click the blue open button on the bottom right. So now they should be going into my media folder, and from there I can drop them into the timeline of my project. I'm just waiting for the blue progress button to complete, and that's when I'll drag them in. You'll notice on the bottom there's a slider right here. This slider is more like a magnifying glass because you'll see that the timeline shows 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And if you click on the slider, which I'm about to do as soon as I import my first video, you can zoom in and see a little bit more detail, which is sometimes a little bit easier. So looks like Bumper Buddy's just about ready. Obviously, these videos have nothing to do with atoms, but they do serve as an example of putting a stop motion animation video in. So I'm going to plop them onto video one. Video one really doesn't matter which one you use, but if you end up using subtitles that you want to overlay on top of your videos or on top of your photos, then the subtitles would be going right here, or the titles would be. So I'm dragging my first video in. I'll drag my second video and my third. Now, videos cannot be truncated, like you can't make them shorter. I mean, you can make them shorter, but you cannot make them longer. So if you had some dead time at the end of a video, you could select that video, by clicking on it, hover over, and then you could pull back and shorten the video. So in between my videos, I'm going to put a text box. And the text box are located right here up on this tab that has the A on it. So I'm going to click on it, and you'll have two choices. One is going to be a motion text box where the text actually moves, and another one is a static one. I like both of them. Right now I'm going to do static because the sample text one, I can push right in here, and you're going to see that it needs to turn yellow for me in order to be able to insert and push. So this is a little bit difficult to see because it looks so small. So this is where going to my slider down here will be helpful. You'll notice that our video here is going to be about 35 seconds long. So if you see that timeline, watch what happens when I spread it out. The timeline's just zoomed in. It's still 35 seconds long. It's just by using the slider, you can see things a little bit better. I'm noticing that this first sample text box is 8 seconds long. So I can select it, hover over it with the two arrows, and make it shorter if I want to. Now it's time to edit it. So I'll go to the edit pencil, click on the edit pencil, and I can change what the text says in here. So maybe it says solid state. And you can change the color of the text if you want. You can change the font if you want. Just make sure it's readable. You can change the size if you want it to be bigger, just by pulling over on this. And a cool thing that you can do is animate it in a way by clicking on this tab up here, and you can say, I want that this text starts in a corner, and you could put the coordinates in here if you wanted, and at the end, I want it to end up over here. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. When I take my play bar and move it back to the beginning, and I'm going to take the video and put it right there, then I can press the play button and you'll see how basically that text box has some movement. I think it looks really nice. And then we go straight into the next video. So you've seen how you can choose a text box and put it in between. And at the end, you'll probably want to put a text box too that gives credits. And if you choose the ones that have motion, remember you can push them in when they turn yellow is when you can insert and push. And then you click on the box, you click on the edit pencil, and you can change what the text is. Okay, so let's say that you're finished with your video, you're ready to save it. All of your projects will save as an editing project under your dashboard, so you could go back and re-edit something. But when you're really ready to finish it, you need to go to the blue Finish button. And by doing that, it's going to save your video and give you a URL. So choose the drop-down box and select High Definition. Select Google Drive, because at least you'll have it saved there, and click Export. So in a few seconds, it's going to show me the URL of that video, and it's going to be saved forever. And if you wanted to go back and find it, it'll be saved in Google Drive in a folder called WeVideo. So in about a couple seconds, it's saying it's going to take 1 minute and 13 seconds to process, but in a couple seconds, it'll pop up here with some text and will show me the link to my URL. Remember that your media, if you're still editing a project, you have to keep your media in your media folder. Once your project has been published, you can delete the media in your folder. But if you delete the media in your folder before your project has been published, it'll show some blank spaces in your project that's gone. Good luck.